Hello, beautiful people. Most welcome to the page here on GBC News. This is where we do chit-chatting. This is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. To tell us what is up their sleeves. And today, we're looking at the role of sports in the Ghanaian economy. Specifically, we want to zero in the ongoing AFCON and the effect that it is having on Ghana's economy. Imagine the Black Stars. I know you are aware that the Black Stars exited the AFCON group stages in a very, very distasteful state. Nobody wants to talk about it. We've exited the group stages before, fine, but this particular one, the way and manner we exited, and the comparison being made that defending champions Algeria also bowed out with 1 point. What we are saying is that the scenarios are different, and so we exited the group stages, and it has not been really nice, and everybody's talking about it, looking at the input of the players and then a clueless coach and blah blah blah. That all went round. Okay, so today I chanced on a gentleman. He loves sports, but his interest is in the economy. So he's an economist, and he also happens to be a teacher in the UK. He has been lecturing. So today I brought him here for us to just look at the other side of sports and the impact when sport is well developed in this country can have on Ghana's economy, and or what we call the socio-economic development of Ghana can be reshaped and then repackaged. And so I have no other person than a gentleman, very, very affable. He likes laughing. He's very, very approachable. So maybe when you get him, you understand very well. I have Dr. Nimoh in the house, an economist, a sports analyst, and a friend of sports, and a teacher as well. Doc, good to have you.
Thank you. Have a very good morning. Very good morning to you.
Doc, how is it like?
Very well.
Our team. I'm still wearing the Black Stars shirt because for a reason. I still believe that this is not the Black Stars we're looking for, and to really go and deliver the 40-year trophy for us that we've been waiting for. But I still believe that if CAF decides to change their minds and say, okay, the Black Stars should come again, will let me lose it somewhere, get new boys. When they will go and deliver. I believe strongly, so I'll still wear the jersey and remind CAF.
Very well, very well.
But your take on the ongoing AFCON, the group stages are out now. We're waiting for the round of 16 from Sunday. Well, what has been your
the performance has been disastrous for me, in my view. It has been very disastrous because we didn't even win a game. We lost the first one, drew the second one, and then the third one too. We haven't won any game, and it's been heartbreaking for lots of Ghanaians. So I think when I said to you, I speak for lots of Ghanaians.
Doc, now the reason we brought you here, there was this school of thought, and had the Black Stars progressed to the next round, what we know that will be on the ground is that their qualification bonus will be $30,000. If they happen to progress to the 1/16 stage and they move to the next stage, they are going to get another $15,000. If they get to the semi-final stage, they are going to get $20,000. If they get to the final and they win the trophy, they are going to triple it. So they will get $60,000, and then it follows, and then the rest comes in. And so if you peg it, imagine they progress from the group stages, $30,000 for each player. Then they get to the round 16, they progress, they get additional $150,000. And then they get to the semifinals, they get $20,000. It is not that they'll be adding the 5-5 to it. They've taken the 30 already. They will get the 150, add to the 30. Then when they get to the semifinals, they'll get $20,000, add to the 35 they are having. They get to the finals and they win. They get $30,000 plus the ones that they've gotten already. Then they come home for the national festival. Wow, this was what. Yes, people are talking about it. But all these things didn't happen. But in your research and stuff like that, where has the country Ghana played sport, and why is sport not crucial when it comes to the economy of this country?
I think the first thing is that people have not placed real value on sports in terms of what we would gain from sports. We love sports, but we haven't really invested much in sports to ensure that we can reap benefits economically. And that is the difficulty that we have in the country. that we don't put lots of resources. So you look at the Winneba Sports Complex, and it is gradually going down because we are not pushing lots of money in there to develop our stars that would bring in benefit, economic benefits for us, because people have not looked at that aspect of it. They have always just looked at the enjoyment, the fun of the game, and not what it would add to our GDP. And I think that is the difficulty.
So what really, if you say we've not invested in infrastructure, the 4 stadiums we have in this country and the ones that are being constructed in the district are all being done by government. Is that not enough? Currently at the university, government is upgrading the Legon Stadium for the African Games. Is that not enough? We have a swimming pool, we have a boxing arena. Is that not enough?
No, so what point is there in developing infrastructure when you don't develop the people that would utilize that infrastructure? That is the difficulty. So we'd have to start with the grassroots, develop the grassroots guys, develop people that would be interested in sports, because you look at it, even in the developing world, when people say, I'm going to the university to learn sports, to do leisure, they laugh at them. They want you to go to the university and do business, to do law, to do economics. So there's no passion to go into that sector. So you can build all the stadiums in the world, you can build all the infrastructure in the world. If you don't develop the human capital, then you run at a loss. And that is what even happens with World Cups. When they play the World Cup, they build large stadiums, but after the World Cup, you don't hear anything about the stadium because they are not utilizing it. The people are not utilizing it. You look at Wembley, they are playing games there. FA uses it, Tottenham uses it. They all use those big stadiums. But when you come to Africa, or South Africa, the stadium is still there. It's not being utilized. And that is the difficulty there.
So when we look at sport, can it be one of the drivers of foreign inflows for this country if we are supposed to reposition it very well? Because if you look at even football, for instance, and the number of players that we always transfer or transport or export outside to go and play in the leagues around, they bring in some money.
Yeah, that is a really, really good point, because when you look at it, the international footballers, the footballers that leave Ghana to go abroad, they actually bring in FDIs, foreign direct investments. They bring in remittances. Those remittances help us in terms of our foreign exchange because it increases our reserves. So we have to work more. And remember, they help the Ghana brand. Because let's say, for instance, Asian goes out there, plays for Chelsea. People see Ghana on a different level. International people who have never heard about Ghana will now hear about Ghana through Asian, through his exploits that he's doing for Chelsea. That will drive tourism into Ghana. People would troop into Ghana. It would lead to food, people purchasing more food, tourism going up, people appreciating and embracing our culture. So we have to work with, one, train the people in Ghana too. We can also export some of the players so that they would propagate the Ghana brand.
So in the ongoing AFCON, how devastating has our exit been to the Ghana's economy? Can we see something that because of the performance of the boys, we've added more trouble to Ghana's economy? Can we see that?
So what that would have done, you know, when people are happy, people spend. So if I'm happy, consumer spending will go up. So if Ghana had won any of the games, consumer spending will go up. People will be excited. Remember, people would even go out and buy large screens. People will go to the restaurants. People will go to the bars. That would indirectly create more employment, create revenue. That revenue for that company would increase. The corporation tax will go up. Government will gain lots of revenue. They can use that revenue to push down the debt. So conversely, what I'm saying is that because we lost, consumer spending has dropped. It means that revenues will go down. Revenues go down. Tax that the government accrues from those revenues would also go down. It means we cannot pay down our debt relative to football or sport.
But people were complaining, most Ghanaians were complaining that we've monetized the Black Stars. And so there's no need even talking about it, and that it should be patriotism. If indeed the Black Stars can play crucial roles in helping the government to derive some revenue from every sector, because everybody talks about this football stuff. You go to big companies, mining firms, and you see them hoisting the flag because they know Black Stars are going to play. And so if indeed there is this direct link, then why do we look at the Black Stars when we say we are giving them X amount of money to go and perform? Then there is, hey, why everybody's talking about it, the money is too much. But we are not linking it to what they can bring back into the country.
Because, first of all, we pay the Black Stars more because of demand and supply. You see, in the foreign world, we have lots of players, so we can select. The money that we offer to them is to motivate them to come or to encourage them to come and then to motivate them to play better. So that is the idea with the money. People are unable to link because the link is indirect. They're unable to link, they're able to draw the link between what they will gain or the addition to GDP. Because if I say to the normal guy on the street that the Black Stars playing would increase consumer spending, which would affect GDP and make Ghana a better place, they want it in their pockets right now. And that is the problem. Because the Black Stars are getting the money in their pockets right now. The populace will complain. The populace will complain because the Black Stars are getting the money right now in their pockets. Because they cannot, the populace cannot draw the direct link between the Black Stars and GDP. Because it's indirect. It's almost a medium to a long-term plan, not a short-term. So the money that the Black Stars are receiving is short-term for the populace, but the benefit to the economy is medium to long-term, and that people struggle because, as you know, people want right now, not later. Benefits right now and not later.
So how should the today Ghanaian, after this disastrous campaign, rethink and realign their thoughts and expectations when it comes to sports, and then the economy, and also the people in the economy, in terms of the finance ministry, the other sectors, the sports ministry, really looking at what really sports can play in this one and repositioning? Because there are days that you even hear the budgets that will be released for sports really doesn't go far. It's for emolument, and if the Blacks are come, then the rest finish. But we have more disciplines in this country. Ghanaians are good at boxing. Ghanaians are good at athletics, hockey, rugby, baseball, swimming. You just name it: table tennis, lawn tennis, volleyball, beach soccer. All those disciplines are there. Fencing, snooker. Yeah, just name them. And we have talent. But it's like the concentration is on the Black Stars until people feel that it's not worth it. But from what you are telling us, meaning that sports is really key.
Yeah, I think the challenge here is that the pot is very small. The coffers to share the money is very small. And what we get back from football is bigger or is larger than what other sports offer to the country. So that is why the government focuses more on football than other types of sports, because the coffers, as I said, is very small. The idea is that when you invest in one sector, it would motivate an investment in another sector. That is how it works. There's a ripple effect. So if government focuses more on football and invest more football, it would have a ripple effect, because one, there will be supporters expenditure on supporters expenditure that is on hospitality, on public transportation. Because if I'm going to, let's say, Accra Sports Stadium to watch football, I'll take the trotro, I'll take a taxi, or I'll drive. When I drive, I'll pay for parking. That would also grow the economy, because I'm creating employment for other people. So the government, people have to be able to understand that if we support football or we support the sport, if I come there to park my car, the man on the street, I'll pay the parking ticket. That person, I've created employment for that person. That person can also put food on the table, which would have a ripple effect if they have a family, on their family, and lift them out of poverty.
So can we say, okay, we are shutting down, won't do sports for a while so that we readjust? Because there is this gap, the lawyers call it a lacuna.
Lacuna, yes.
The period for waiting to develop and the period to go out there and go and compete for laurels. It's like we go and then we just add up to the numbers. Now we don't even compete, we add up to the numbers. And so people are saying that then it is not worth it. But with what you are saying, sports can really also serve as an avenue where it will reduce the rate of unemployment in this country if we reposition ourselves. So how do we do it? Where do we start from as a country?
I think the government has to focus more. We have to, first of all, we have to give GFA some time. We have to give them a listening ear to give them an opportunity to understand what went wrong with this AFCON and what went right. Then we'll go back to the table and draw. So what we can do is we can also drive in investors, because we can bring in people on board to help the sports, the footballs, the sports. We can, Winneba Sports Complex, as I said, we can develop it. Because when you go to Ivory Coast, they have that situation. That is where Yaya Toure came from, his brother came from. Huge sports complex that develops people. So I think we have to focus more.
We have a Pram project there. We have Pram Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. It's a FIFA project. They gave us the money to put it. It's been there. That's where some of the national teams come.
Yes, but the idea, the problem here is that people don't, the investors are not interested in football, because they don't see, some people do not see the benefit, the direct benefit of football to the economy, because they see the Ghana's football as it's in shambles. That is how they see it. And an investor wants immediate benefits. You get it. And that is so we have to be able to educate ourselves more, to accept that it would have to go bad for it to tend to go good.
So how soon should we wait for the bad to turn to good? Because some of us were born and we're told that the Black Stars won the AFCON 40 years ago. We haven't seen them win another one. We've seen the junior teams win at least some trophies here and there, but the Black Stars itself. So how soon should another 40 years?
No. I think we have to strategize. When you look at the developed world, they're able to make money. You look at the Premier League, they make more money as a result of sponsorship, media. So the media people advertise, the football teams make money, they develop facilities that would help the players. We don't have that in Ghana. That is the difficulty. We don't have that because of money. So I'm sure GFA wants to help, but they are stifled. You get it? When it comes to money, the coffers is so small.
The FA doesn't even own a stadium. They don't own it. All that they have is the structure over there, their headquarters, and then Pram, because that's what FIFA give them. So the stadiums are being owned by the state, and it's in the custody of the National Sports Authority that is under the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And so there is always going to be this collaboration. So GFA manages the football for this country, and then other departments also, sectors also manage the rest for the country. And so how do we, in this mess we've created at the AFCON stage, that we are home now. I hear yesterday they came at dawn, 3 a.m. Nobody even heard of them. But with all this, and people are still talking about and really still yet to wake up. I know at an unfortunate incident happened. The day we lost the game, there was this passionate fan. He has a name, a tag name, Odoshinge. He laughs. When any day I hear the Black Stars are playing or any national team, you see him all over making noise. Whether it's out of shock or it is his time, we don't know, but he passed on.
Wow.
After the third goal came, I hear he was jubilating and he fell down. We thought, then that was his end.
Wow.
So if you look at all these things, how soon should we wait? How do we call another sit down, that everybody come and sit down and let's brainstorm? Because we've seen this brainstorming here and there over and over again, and isn't it too much?
I think the biggest problem is money. We need money to develop. Without money, we cannot develop. And the little we have is what we use. So we need more people to come on board, because we have to be able to see beyond what is going on now. That football, the enterprise, is a profitable enterprise. If we structure it properly, if we put the right amount of money in there, we'll reap the benefit. So it is not a short-term goal. It's almost a medium to long-term goal. And that is what we need. We need money to come into the system. For money to come into the system, the investor has to understand that income can be generated, again, hospitality, media, even health. Even health, because when you look at it, the more people play football, the more people are happy, the less likely they are to fall sick. And that would reduce the impact on even our health system too. The choke health system, that would also reduce the impact there. So
as an economist, the bigger picture is the Ghanaian economy, and sports falls under it. So the Ghanaian economy, we are being told that even the ratings we've been downgraded. You people understand that step and other things. Is that there is no money in the system? Well, but we see traffic all over. Some people just really don't understand when the economists come and then they tell us. So in breaking it down, our economy, is it in good health? How will you describe it, and then now even tell people that, okay, look at the sports aspect and then see if we can repackage it to reduce the unemployment rate and help the tourism sector improve something that you guys are talking about?
So it is Fitch. So Fitch has just done. So it works with yourself. If you go to the bank for a loan, the bank has a grading system that they would grade you with. So that is the same with countries. So Fitch has just downgraded us lower. So what that means is that when we go into the international markets for money, it's now much more expensive. It's like if you're not credit worthy, you will pay more in terms of interest rates, and that is what is happening with Ghana. So Ghana's rate has just been downgraded. When we go into the market, it's much more expensive now for us to borrow, and that is
not that we won't get the money, but they will give us the money, but the interest rate will be higher.
Some places will not offer you because the rates is higher for them. You get it, but some would give you, but the interest rate is higher. It's like yourself. If you go to the bank now and you don't have lots of money or you're not credit worthy, the interest rate that the bank would offer to you relative to a person whose credit worthiness is higher than yours will be lower.
Okay, and so for the sports enthusiasts, what role can the supporters play? What role can even the sportsmen and women play? Because just moments we got to know that Thomas Partey went even straight to Arsenal,
yes.
went to play last night.
Yes, he played
2 days after AFCON, and so so for all the players in the sector, what can they also do to make sure that we reposition sports and make it viable in the economy of Ghana?
I think it's a collective decision. From the fans' point of view. I think we should patronize the sports more. We should visit the stadiums more. We should bear with the authorities and work together rather than chastising them. We should all work together to ensure that we can raise enough revenue to develop the sector, grassroots and infrastructure facilities. I think so. The funds should patronize more, and collective decision, as I said.
So we know that you are a teacher. Okay, you are a lecturer. I don't know which one. Teacher and lecturer. Which one is?
I think teacher is primary school, lecturer is university.
So as a lecturer, I know you soon leave us and go back and do your work. But as a lecturer, if you are talking to people about Ghana's economy and an area that has not really been developed to really help the economy, and you take sports for instance, how are you going to let people understand that there are reserves in sports that we can go and plug some loopholes in the economy? There is this virgin land that needs to be exploited that we are not exploiting as a country. How will you do it for them, for people to really understand and say, okay, we will now appreciate the sector of sports. We can get people who should go into sports medicine now. Ghanaians should go into sports medicine. Ghanaians should go into everything about sports. They should take it holistically, just like the way others have taken, like you've gone into the economy aspect now. You can really understand and analyze and even appreciate what is happening on the ground. How can we do that, and how can you help students get it?
When you look at sports, you look at Spain. Sports, football in particular, contributed 0.75 to their GDP. You look at the UK, during COVID 2019-2020, 4 billion. That is how much they got from football alone, and that is during the COVID. So that is how much money is in sports, and that is as a result of collectiveness, we working together. So from the fans' point of view, they are contributing by patronizing, through transportation, parking, hotels, restaurants. From the club's point of view too, they are giving them what they are paying for. You get it? Because the more money you give to me, the better I perform. And that is how we can look at it in terms of sports, in terms of the football aspect of it.
So the buying of world-class players into a club is as a result of the fans appreciating the fact that they need to patronize, let's say, a Chelsea game to get money to go and buy the players they want for Chelsea to win a Champions League.
Definitely. You look at Ronaldo came to United, and his jerseys, merchandise, it went up very, very high. So that money that they accrue or they realized, they can use it to develop, let's say, the grassroots. You look at Lenga, Rashford, they all came through the academy, the system, and the system is very good. And it's as a result of money. Everything is linked to the economy. Everything is linked to money.
So it has to folk fan here, a Kotoko fan here, Ash Good fan here. What do you think they can do? Because there are times that people say Ghanaian fans don't want to even come to the stadium. They also tell you that the players that are there are not inspiring enough. What I used to go and watch them, I'll just stay at home. So how do we bridge this gap?
I think it's collective. It's not the responsibility of only the sports authorities to ensure that football is at the top. It's all of us. So I have to be able to patronize them. The government is also helping. FIFA is helping. Collectively, we can lift the teams out of this state in which they are. But if you don't patronize football, then who are the players playing for?
Do you think that it is time that the Ministry of Finance really takes an independent review or audit of sports in this country and what it can contribute, just like the way they did to tourism? Once upon a time, tourism was the third or second or let's say fourth generator of income for the country. Is it time that the Ministry of Finance really takes another look at this sport and see the potential it has?
Yes, I think it's about time to work with youth and sports, the ministry, GFA, to look at the bigger picture of sports to the economy of Ghana, and that football in particular contributes a lot. As I said, the players live here, it serves as a brand. The players send money back home to their families, that's remittances, that helps with the exchange rate. Players, even in Ghana, can help with pay TV. So if I pay TV as in DSTV, Sky, those things too will create employment, because the more people watch the game, the more the populace will go out there to purchase pay TV, and that would also boost revenue. And remember, if DSTV's, for instance, DSTV's revenue goes up relative to sports, we know that revenues for government will also go up. So the government has to look at it from, I think we need a department, or we need groups of people to sit and discuss this aspect of it, the role sports can play in lifting Ghana out of poverty. And that's actually even ties in with the president's Ghana Beyond Aid agenda.
But are you sure that now that the president's hopes has been dashed because he was expecting the Black Stars to end the 40-year drought, how soon do you think that this drought can be ended? We will check out from the studio in some few minutes.
I think we just have to. We just have to re-strategize. We just have to re-strategize, invest more money into the sports, and then we would definitely benefit from that investment. It would accrue lots of benefit for us.
Okay, thank you very much. And so there has been a chit chat with an economist, Dr. Nimoh. He's a lecturer and also a sports analyst, looking at AFCON performance and what really, if we had progressed, could have done to Ghana's economy. So don't worry, they are back home. They came yesterday at 3 a.m. It is well. We will readjust and then go and play the World Cup qualifiers and then see. But today, later in the day, we will let you know what the ministry stand is as to the meeting with the GFA, that emergency meeting, to take a final decision on whether Coach Milu stays or he goes, or the GFA, whatever they will do. We'll let you know. That has been the page. Thank you very much, Doc, for passing by.
Thank you.
We hope to get you again to talk more about the economy, and you also play your role. Ghana is for all of us. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Bye for now.